Guys, it's Way here, welcome back to another video, and today I'm going to be bringing you guys the ultimate trading and investing guide for the upcoming FUTMAS promo on FIFA 19 Ultimate Team. This is one of the biggest and best promos of the year. We see loads of new content specifically with SBCs as well as packs, and it's just a really good time to play FIFA really. A lot of new people get the game as well, and you can make a lot of profit if you guys invest in some of the players that I show you in this video. I will also be explaining exactly what to expect during the promo as well. So if you guys do enjoy the video, if you do, don't forget to leave a like on it. Let's aim for 250, that'd be much appreciated. Also, if you guys are new around here, don't forget to subscribe, and without further ado, let's go on into it. So the FUTMAS promo typically starts in mid-December. Last year it was on the 16th, and this year I expect it will be on the 14th, which is a Friday when EA typically release new content. Now every day throughout the promo in the build up to Christmas, obviously on the 25th of December, you guys can expect loads of SBCs every single day for both players and packs. If the last 2 years are anything to go by, we'll have 3 different player SBCs every single day, giving out untradeable players, one of which will be quite expensive, probably about 200 to 500k to complete. You'll have a mid-tier one worth maybe around 100k or so, and then a lower end one that a lot of people will be able to complete, very affordable, probably around 20 to 30k. So it caters to a lot of different options, and these players are typically quite popular on the game, and the way they're picked in the last 2 years has had some correlation to their shirt number. So last year it was a countdown where I believe it started on the 16th with players who had the shirt number 25, 24 and 23. The next day 22, 21 and 20, so on and so forth, all the way down to Christmas Day where they had number 1, 2 and 3. So it was kind of like an advent calendar in reverse. And then in FIFA 17 I believe we had it so it kind of corresponded to the date. So on the 25th we had shirt number 25. I think we had Fernandinho. You also had 24 and 23. On Christmas Eve you had like I think 22, 21 and 20. It worked a little bit like that, and this year I expect it's probably going to be in some way related to the shirt numbers, so you guys can literally just look online at players who wear shirt numbers anywhere from 1 to 25, and you can expect to see a lot of those players in there. Someone like Benjamin Mendy, for example, who wears number 21 I believe, or 22, he's one that I personally expect will be included somewhere within the FUTMAS promo this year. So they're the types of players you guys can expect. If you do want to see a FUTMAS prediction where I predict some players who could potentially be given FUTMAS cards, then just leave a like on the video and let me know down below in the comments. And as well as all these SBCs, which are very popular for players, you also have flash SBCs. These are pretty cheap, around 5 to 10k, and give out packs varying anywhere from like 15k packs all the way up to 50k packs. I expect the packs will get better gradually as we get closer to Christmas, maybe with free packs or very good packs, maybe like 100ks or 50ks given out from SBCs on Christmas Day, kind of as a Christmas present to people who obviously play Ultimate Team. So that's kind of what you can expect throughout the promo. I think we will also have lightning rounds and various promo packs as well, especially as you get closer to Christmas, as that's when a lot of new people get the game, and EA typically want to take advantage of that by giving out lots of packs for people to spend their money on. So that's what you guys can expect during the promo. Lots of SBCs, and obviously if you invest correctly you can make yourself a lot of coins. So we've got a few different options to cover in terms of investments. Firstly, and most obviously, we've got high rated gold cards. So these are typically 83s, 84s and 85s, all these types of players there, and right now they're fairly expensive because there are some SBCs that are requiring some of them. I mean, you can still get a lot of these cards very cheaply, but certain cards from certain nationalities are going for more because of SBCs. But during Black Friday you guys will probably be able to get a lot of these types of players very cheaply. These are just a few examples here, and if you guys go and check the link down below in the description, it will take you to FUTBin, and they actually have a feature that shows you the cheapest players for certain rating categories. So you can find, for example, all the cheapest 83s on the game. You can go and pick up a few of them, store them on your transfer list or in your club, and you're good to go. However, I wouldn't really recommend picking them up right now. Just wait until you see them go down to like 1,000 coins or so for 83s. 84s maybe like 1.5k to 2k depending on the position and nationality and league. 85s you're looking at kind of like about 6 to 7k. So wait until you see those players hit those lower prices, which I expect we will see closer to Black Friday, especially during lightning rounds, as so many of these players are going to get packed. So that's going to be a very good time to pick some of them up. And also following the promo as well, there isn't really much up until FUTMAS, so these cards won't really have much demand and will be in a lot of supply on the market because of the lightning rounds, so will be very cheap. Now, as well as these types of cards here, we've also got some higher rated cards, the likes of Ibrahimovic, Verratti, Icardi and Higuain. These are just a few examples, 85s up to 88s, even 89s, just because for the higher end SBCs that we have, you normally do require like an 86 rating overall or something like that. So these higher end players are very useful for that. Also, high rated fullbacks, are really good investments, and they typically drop very cheaply. Like, you'll see someone like Bender probably go to maybe 800 or 900 coins during lightning rounds if there isn't an SBC that requires a card like this, and they go up massively just because there aren't really that many high rated fullbacks. I've seen Bender go up to like 6 or 7k recently just because of an SBC that came out for 24 hours. He went up loads. Kolarof's another one, Trippier's another one, loads and loads of players. Any kind of 81 to 85 rated fullbacks are really good investments if you can get them cheaply, so they're always ones to look out for, as well as any high rated players here. I typically try and avoid goalkeepers just because they don't really go up as much, as they're harder to link into teams. I always try and go with players who play for a good nation in a good league, so they're easier to link in, and that preferably play in central positions, so centre backs, because you need them in pretty much any formation on the game, and also like midfielders and strikers, as opposed to wingers and fullbacks, although they are also good investments. I did already cover the fullbacks. They are good ones, but I think the best investments are kind of more central players, as they're required in any formation, whereas if EA give out like a formation without wingers aren't really going to go up as much for a specific SBC. You've also got lots of special cards, and these ones are some very nice investments. The main ones I'm looking at definitely the Ultimate Scream cards, as they've no longer, or they're yet to be required for any SBCs so far this year. We've seen the impact SBCs have had on these Champions League cards, so like I'm not sure what Lozano's going for now, but he's gone up to like being like 11, 12k as of many of these kind of 81 to 83, 84 rated Champions League cards. They've got really rare, and they've gone massively in price when you've had some SBCs. I literally made like 300k from investing in these cards for SBCs overnight once. They would go up so much, it's crazy, and we're yet to see any SBCs requiring Ultimate Scream cards, which are currently going for around discard price. You guys can get like Abdul Rahman, you can also get the goalkeeper Ochoa, you can get Danea. They're all about 10 to 11k, and then you've got slightly higher rated cards. Kalu's one of them here. I've got a few other different cards in my club as well, but Kalu's a little bit higher rated, plays in a good league as well, so a good one there for linking into teams. So Ultimate Scream cards are some very good investments. I almost guarantee they will be required at some point throughout some of the FUTMAS SBCs. Last year they required all sorts of different things: ones to watches, FUTMAS cards. I think we had Movember cards as well, potentially. Oh no, that was FIFA 17 actually. I don't think we had Movember cards last year, but basically they require literally every type of special card that's really been brought into the game. They may also require these cards here, the live Champions League items. I'm not 100% sure, just because there aren't that many that are cheap. You've got like Farman, Tagliafico and Philip, and then they're all fairly expensive, so there's a less of a chance they're going to require these. But informs are 100% guaranteed. You will need informs for some of the FUTMAS SBCs. You will also almost guaranteed need some Ultimate Scream cards. And I think ones to watches as well, we haven't seen any SBCs requiring these, and you can get loads in a discard price. Smoloff is a good one. You've got what's he called? You've got that Sentiment Golovin, I think his name is. You've got Dembele. You've got lots of good options there. Really cheap. Just get kind of discard price special cards. Literally any type of special card you can find. Man of the matches, anything that's released. Try and get them around discard price, and you're good to go there. And these cards stand the potential of going up massively in price. Just invest in a lot of them, really. Any discard price informs are very safe investments, and they go up massively. I got some informs that I just kept in my club that I've had for a few weeks, and I sold them when Bundesliga Player of the Month came out for Sancho, and I was literally selling like 80 rated informs that cost me 9.5 or 10k for like 40k. It was crazy. So if you guys invest in these types of cards for discard price, you can't lose out, you can only make profit, so they're very safe. All these high rated gold cards as well, if you get them when they're at a low point, so during lightning rounds, should be a good time there. You really can't go wrong. These cards can go from being about 1,000 coins for an 83 up to being like 3 or 4k very easily, just because every day there's 3 SBCs requiring these cards, and they come out every single day for like a week and a half, so there's a very big demand for them. And these cards are so popular, the new FUTMAS cards. Last year, loads and loads of people completed them, and it wasn't even that good last year. They didn't have that many amazing players. I remember on FIFA 17, there were so many sick players. We had like a Aubameyang, there were loads of really useful players. Last year we had like Nangolan, I think he was one of the best ones. Buffon, I think, was the highest rated. We had Ibrahimovic on FIFA 17, so you do get some really good high rated players. I've put a few in the thumbnail that you guys could see, who do have shirt numbers ranging from 1 up to 25, which I think is what we're going to have. It's probably going to be something quite similar. That's what we've had on the last 2 FIFAs. It's been linked into shirt numbers. It may not be the same this year, but regardless of how those players are picked, you will need cards like this for SBCs. They're typically anywhere from like 82 up to 86 or 87 rated overall, and they require sometimes special cards, sometimes they don't. Sometimes you need, like, I think for Vidal, on FIFA 17 you needed like to trade in a player from Chile who played for Bayern Munich, so that kind of forced you to use Vidal. So those types of investments you can't really make because they're a little bit specific, but mainly just looking at like special cards and high rated gold cards, some very safe investments there. These high rated ones, they were dropping down a lot too. If you wait and just look at lightning rounds, see how low these players go for. Like Icardi right now I think is around 20k, but I could see him dropping down to like maybe 16k or so during lightning rounds, so he'd be an amazing purchase then. He could go up to like 30k or so. I remember people like Buffon and all the 88 rated cards like Lloris as well last year, during FUTMAS went up from being like 15k to being about 40k. It was crazy just because some high rated SBCs were released and people needed those high rated cards, and it was as simple as that really. You can get someone like Verratti for about 15k. He's a very nice one. He's Italian, he plays for PSG as well, so really easy to link into teams. Loads and loads of options, but just look at these types of special cards for around discard price, especially the Ultimate Scream cards. You can mass invest in these for like 10k. You can't lose out, and they could potentially go up by like 10 or 20k and make you guys loads of profit. These ones are also no risk. Even if somehow like there aren't any FUTMAS SBCs this year, we're still going to have loads of SBCs that require these, like guaranteed team of the week ones for example. But the FUTMAS promo is very popular, so I expect it will happen this year. EA haven't said it won't. I really don't know why they wouldn't do it. So yeah, very safe investments. This is one of the best promos of the year. A lot of people do complete the SBCs. They're very popular, so there's a really good chance these cards will go up loads in price. So if you guys enjoyed the video, if you did, don't forget to leave a like on it, subscribe if you're new on here, and I'll catch you guys later. Take care.